Hey, what's up, parental queens? Welcome to Baget, the home of family creativity. My name is Cedrica Baggett, and I help moms build unbreakable bonds with their teens through cooking. Now, let's get into today's show, of course. Let's go into my favorite part of the show, which is, of course, motivational moments. All right. So, ladies, listen for tonight's quote. All right, and it is very good. Tonight's quote is never apologize for being sensitive or emotional. Let this be a sign that you've got a big heart and aren't afraid to let others see it. Showing your emotions is a sign of strength. Okay, so remember that. Once again, I'm going to repeat this. Never apologize for being sensitive or emotional. Let this be a sign that you've got a big heart and aren't afraid to let others see it. Showing your emotions is a sign of strength. All right. And this quote is by Bridget Nicole. And of course, she's another mom. So remember that, ladies. There's nothing wrong with being emotional, showing you're emotional. Because when you show your genuine emotions, you can't be sorry for that. You cannot apologize. So do not be sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. And remember that. All right. So let's move on to today's fun food fact. Of course, it is one of my favorites. Sweet potato. I love me some sweet potatoes because y'all might see some random sweet potato recipes. Okay. So today's sweet potato fun food fact is about sweet potato skin, actually. It is rich in fiber, antioxidant, and nutrients like potassium, vitamins A, C, and E, and all of which may help improve your health. So when you make a sweet potato, you can eat the skin. It is very good for you. It is very healthy. You can dip the whole sweet potato up in a good dip of yours and just eat the whole thing together. the skin, it is very good for you. It is very healthy and it's just as sweet as the potato itself. Okay, so remember that it is very healthy. It's good in fiber, nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E. Okay, and it will make you healthier. And so from that on, let's move on to today's recipe of the day. And this is really good, guys. And of course, I made up this name. It is called sweet potato with festivity. And here it is. It's a sweet potato. I melted some cheese on it, got some black beans, corn, onions, avocado on top, some green peppers. It's really good, very healthy, and it's very easy to make. Okay. It only takes about 10-15 minutes. It's literally that quick. Of course, you have to bake the potato, which takes an hour to bake, but in between that prepping time, it's very fast. Easy. Anybody can do it. Make it for your kids. They will love it. And let me give you a mommy tip. Okay, guys? Mommy tip. If you have a child like mine, I always talk about my son, how his eating habits and he doesn't like vegetables, but I found a way to hide vegetables in the food that he loves. So for example, my son loves sweet potato. He loves it. He will eat it anytime. So if you take, for instance, carrot, right? About the same color. You can puree the carrots, all right, and just mix it in, mix it in the sweet potato, and they will not know the difference. You don't have to tell them what's in it. Even if they ask, you just be like, oh, it's just, regular sweet potato. You don't have to tell them. Like I always say, it's okay to lie for a good cause, but only when it comes to food, of course. Okay, so remember this recipe and make sure you're watching till the end because I will tell you where you can get this recipe. All right, that part. Now let's move on to my most favorite part of the night, of the evening. And you guys know that every part of the show is my favorite, but this is the most favorite part of the evening for me. Tonight's guest, her name is Kathy Howell. She is a life coach and podcast host. She helps moms who are ready to break up with their beliefs, identify goals, and evolve. Okay, let me repeat that. She's a podcast host and a life coach. She helps moms who are ready to break up with their limiting beliefs, identify goals, and evolve. Okay, so parental queens, please help me welcome Kathy Howell.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Please go ahead and reintroduce yourself and tell us about you.
You did it all, but Again, like you said, I'm Kathy Howell and I'm a life coach and I help moms who are ready. And I say who are ready because you have to be ready. You have to want it, who are ready to
Mhm.
break up with those limiting beliefs, get clarity on their goals and evolve, grow. It's all about evolving.
Awesome. So, what is exactly involved with you helping moms get to that point?
What's his what, sorry?
What does that involve? Like, what steps do they have to take to get to that point?
Okay, first we gotta find out what's holding you back. We have to do the unpacking. And I love that motivational quote that you made in the first part of the show because I'll use that as a perfect example. And that's something I had to work on personally myself is showing emotions. We were taught, oh, you don't need to cry. Don't cry.
Mhm.
If you cry, how it goes. What are you crying for? Did you get anything to cry for? We were programmed to think that we're not supposed to show emotions. And
Mhm.
that's a huge thing. So
Yes.
once I identify what is holding you back, we get to the root of that matter and we start working on it. So that's how I go. And a way that we could use to start breaking up with those limiting beliefs is by affirmations. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sure maybe you've heard it before. Well, something I've been told, oh, you can't get to that level of your life. You're not supposed to do this. Why am
Mhm.
I supposed to do it? Or you're a child, or you're not good enough. Of course I'm good enough. You're worth it. You can be a great mom. Another thing too we struggle with, oh, I'm not gonna be a good mom. You can be a great mom. So by using positive affirmations, and this is not just like get up today and say it. It takes the work. You gotta put in the work and
Consistency.
action, right?
Exactly. So, what is it that, okay, for the moms that you worked with so far, what change have you seen?
I've seen a lot. I would say I'll use an example. I'm not allowed to confidentiality, but I'll just give an example. I was working with one specific client of mine, and she wasn't able to see beyond. Like she was stuck. She was in a place where she's not able to get clarity on what she want to do. She knows she wants to achieve that goal, but it's
Mhm.
like the thought of her stepping out of her comfort zone and stepping out of what her family knows, that whole environment, because she's stepping into a whole different world. I helped her work through that. And basically, we use affirmations and guided meditations. And she broke through it. She dug deep. She was still working on it. And she
Mhm.
got clarity. And she's on her path to becoming an entrepreneur, building
That's
a business.
awesome. Awesome. And just to piggyback off of the whole emotional thing, like a lot of military women, because I'm in the military, we struggle with that, the whole, because being in the military, you kind of learn how to cut off emotions, especially when we have to go on deployment, you know? Because like I've
Mhm.
been on five, I've been away from home for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months at a time. The 9 months was the longest. So you have to learn, we learn, not even have to learn, but it's like it just happens. You kind of learn how to cut off certain emotions because when you're away from home for so long, you cannot just be emotional all the time because that's not going to help you get through the deployment. So so like for a lot of military women and well military moms, it is a struggle for most of us to like as far as crying is like
I
cry.
call that survival mode.
Yes.
When we're in that, yeah, I've
Yeah.
experienced that. You shut because you're surviving. Hence why I always say, stop saying, "Okay, I'm surviving."
Hmm.
Not surviving. When you put your whole mindset and you're putting yourself in a box. Actually, okay, I'm just barely getting by, so I have to do this to just get by to survive. So everything, you're cutting down your emotions. So you put your whole everything into, okay, just a standstill. Oh, I gotta survive this, you know? So yeah.
That's yeah, that's pretty much what it is for real.
It is. It is.
Tunnel vision. I got to do this for the family. So, I can't be all emotional and boo-hooing, being on a ship and having to, work 16 hours a day and get through stuff every day for that time that we're on the ship. So that is true. It is like a survival mode. So for
Yeah.
you, what changed in your life? Did something happen in your life to turn the page for you to get where you are today?
Well, honestly, when I was in survival mode, and it's something I'm just gonna be open and honest, I'm still working on it because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fully there yet. So what really opened my eye, the first part was something happened between my mom and I, and I've shared this on the podcast, so it's okay for me to share it. And she said to me, "You're becoming so cold," and I mean, like, and I was like, what do you mean? Like I was very nonchalant, and it really took a toll on me. She's like, it's like you're not feeling anything, because
Mm-hmm.
it was a very emotional part. Thinking back, it was an emotional conversation, but I didn't feel anything. And when she said that to me, it really it took a toll like it really hit my spirit, and I started working on it, like not right away, but I
Mm-hmm.
became aware of it. So I started working on it. And at that point in my life, I was going through therapy too. So that kind of helped me along the way. And then seeing my progression, I was like, okay, I want to help other moms, because when you're in that mood, that's how you make decisions. And when we don't see beyond what
Mm-hmm.
what we program ourselves, beyond that survival mode, right? So we'll make things, and it's like, where's the empathy? Where's
Mm-hmm.
the love? Where's the kindness? Because we just have this thing on, right? So, and it's going through it. And yeah, so therapy really helped me. I started dabbling there for a moment. So therapy really helped me on my progress, and me constantly working on that and reminding myself, and journaling also helps me
Yeah.
get into that place, journaling. And the best thing ever, meditation,
Yeah.
that really, I became one with myself. Like I really dug deep with meditation and find out, okay, yes, Kathy, this is where the pain really is. Because when we shut down those emotions and we started digging up, it will come up, and we'll have to work on them. We have to deal with it. It's not like, I'm not just saying, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay all the time. If I'm not okay, I'm going to say, okay, look, I'm not okay. This is not right. And
Right.
then we start dealing with the problem. So that's how I started unpacking, was through therapy. Then I started journaling, dug deeper in meditation, and yeah.
Awesome. So once you started working on you and bettering yourself, how did that change your parenting?
Oh, it changed it a lot. It
Mhm.
changed it a lot, because I used to be one of those moms. What are you crying for? Do you need more to what are you crying for? Why are you crying? Stop the crying. I'll tell my son that. I'm gonna be honest, I'll tell him that. And I started looking at it at a different way. Rather than shutting down his emotions, I'm like, okay, and that makes you feel angry, and I express how I feel too as well. So it's okay for others to share how they feel, right? So I'm guiding him in that way, so he's not shutting down his feelings for to please someone else. In that sense of, he's still expressing himself. So it has changed my parenting skill in a lot of ways. Not a lot of people may agree with it, because they're still programming the old school way, as in children must be seen and not be heard, and who are they to tell you, oh, I'm angry, or I'm not happy, or so.
Yes, and I also want to tell the audience, if you guys are receiving any value from this, which I know you are, make sure you like this video and make sure you share, because there's always somebody out there who needs this information as well. And so my next question for you is like, so as far as, hold on, I just went blank.
I know.
I already know. But as far as what motivates you to, just keep going and be a better person and being a better mom?
That's a good one. What motivates me with my coaching is seeing the results on my
Mm-hmm.
client's face. That's one of my biggest motivation. And motivating me as a mom is just seeing the growth in myself and how I'm able to guide my son in a healthy way and
Mm-hmm.
just being happy. It motivates me. Like, I want more of this feeling. It's just that I'm at a place where I just feel at one with everything I'm doing and I just love it. I don't sometimes I think, okay, is this right? Because I'm getting comfortable, but then I want more. So it keeps pushing me. Okay, so how higher can I go? How much
Mm-hmm.
I can feel. So that's one of my motivation too.
That's awesome. And so, if you have three, who has been the most influential people in your life?
Does it have to be
It doesn't have to be three.
um I would say my mom, and I would go for, like, I really listen to Oprah a lot. I admire her.
Yes.
And then Esther Hicks. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's an inspiration motivational speaker as well. And she does deep diving into personal development and all of that. So she's really good. You can
Okay,
her.
awesome. I'm gonna have to look her up.
And who else? There's a lot. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like a sponge when it comes on to personal development. So like
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. So, as far as cooking, what has been your go-to meal since COVID-19?
spaghetti and vegan meatball.
Does it taste like meatball?
No.
Does it taste like veggie? Like,
Okay, so there is this it's how can I describe it? It tastes like it's plant-based meatball.
mhm.
So it just tastes like plants. I don't even know how to describe it to you.
Oh.
They have different flavors. So they have this Italian flavor,
Mhm.
and then they have the sweet potato meatball. So that one I like too. But then
Uh-huh.
when I make that one, I go easy on the spaghetti because it's just a lot.
The carbs and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try your cheese. Your what's it called again? Your sweet potato with your cheese and your. I love cheese, so I want to try that first.
Cheese too. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to see how that vegan meatballs taste because I'm the type of person if I try something, I have to find a way to make it taste like flavorful and see if I can make it taste like a regular meatball, but still keep it vegan. I'm gonna find a way.
When you do, you know where to find me.
Yes.
I want to know because it's you're the chef. So for
Hmm.
me, I just do it plain. It's like the meatball sauce, and I'm not a chef.
Right.
Right? I will admit that I am not a chef, but I cook what I eat. I will
Hmm.
always say that I cook what I eat.
Okay.
So I'll try your recipe though when you figure that out.
Awesome. I'm gonna figure it out. That's gonna be some not a mission for me. I do want to do vegan food, but I have to find a way where I can make it taste like
Uh,
just good and nice and flavorful and stuff. So
I
I'm
must
gonna.
admit though, some of the stuff really it does taste like meat.
Mhm.
From my memory, it does. It does.
Awesome. So I'm gonna pull up your information. Okay, so those who are watching, for those who will be watching later, this is Kathy's Instagram. You can find her at Kathy Howell. And can you tell the audience what you have to offer through your Instagram?
Through my Instagram, I do have right now a free self-love journal because I also will help moms improve self-love and find the me time. So I do offer that. It's in my bio.
Mhm.
And with the It's All About Evolving podcast, you can just subscribe to that and like, share, and yeah, that's it. You're
Awesome.
getting some value there too.
Awesome. So what do you have any like tips, any last tips to give moms?
Yes, I would say it's okay to show emotions and don't be too hard on yourself. We're all growing through something and we're all at different stages in our lives, and you're doing awesome as a mom. So don't
Thank you.
compare yourself and love yourself and be happy.
Yes, happy is the key. Be
Yeah,
happy with yourself. You have to be happy with yourself first before you make others happy.
yeah. A happy mom is a happy home.
Exactly. I know, right? And just to piggyback off of the recipe for today, you guys can go to badgeraprons.com/blog/news and find the recipe for today. That is the sweet potato with festivity. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys one more time what it looks like. And I'm going to eat this after. Better believe it. Got the melted cheese on it, the corn, the onions, the peppers, the black beans. You can mix up the carrots up in there. Okay.
You're making me hungry right now, and it's after 9.
Oh, yeah, for you. Yeah, so make sure you guys go to badgeraprons.com to find this recipe. And I want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in. And if you're watching later, make sure you put #replay and make sure once again you get value out of this episode, which I know you do. Make sure you like and share because I know there is always somebody out there who needs this information as well. And of course, if you don't want to miss any more episodes, make sure you hit the notification bell on YouTube and make sure you first subscribe, of course. And so I want to thank everybody once again. Thank you, Kathy, for being here and sharing your story. And make sure you guys tune in same time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, virtual, of course, and be your face in the place. And so I will see you guys next week. Bye.